Breece route. So he's right here in the slot versus, I believe that's was it Rodney Harrison Jr.? I believe his first name is Rodney. Decent route from him actually here. So we have Breece who uses it's almost like a shuffle. It's because you have movements that are just lateral, and he was just avoiding that, Clowney, I believe that is right there, number 90. So stretch, shuffle, release. Either way, it's fine. We'll call it a shuffle because there's multiple movements sideways like that. Stab to the outside, work to the inside. Good job with the arm over. Now, obviously, like to see him defeat that a little bit cleanly. That the hand gets attached, or the right hand of the defender gets attached to him, so they see him chop down that elbow a little bit earlier instead of kind of letting it catch him, then try to work it. But still, relatively good job. Holds his line, works vertical because he doesn't want to just flatten out to his break point because he's going to be on your hip. You want to carry, you want to work vertical. So if he thinks it's a vertical route, tries to match you, then you break. Okay, now he's not on your path. Break, drive, pretty tight drive step over the middle. Now there's two guys who pick him up, but still pretty good route from Breece right there in terms of just route running. Hall bounce happy at first. And this was something that I criticized of Breece Hall in the first couple of weeks, and then verbatim, like the week after I was talking about it, which not to gas this up too much on Jets X Factor, but we were talking about on the stream how Breece tended to bounce runs when he needs to get vertical. And then you hear Salah come out and say he needs to get vertical. I don't know if he said vertical, but he said that pretty much verbatim, what we said. So you have the crack toss right here. Crack from Conklin gets outside. And the thing that we wanted to see with this run, and this was specifically the run that we were talking about, was instead of trying to cut it to the outside here, stem this defender a little bit to the outside. The inside is wide open right here. You have Fant, who is like arc blocking. Okay, he's gonna get hands on. You have a defender who's really wide. The chance of him breaking for a touchdown, running to the sideline here, we already have two guys outside, is very minimal. This is wide open, and regardless of knowing what happens, you want to see him hit the middle here. Now, yeah, you want to run to the sideline eventually, but when you have a wide open hole like this, you got to take it. Bounce a little bit, bounce happy, gets to the outside. There's no reason for him to not push up vertical here for another step or two, get vertical here as he strings this out and tries to force you inside. Good, let him force me inside because there's a lot of room right there, and it's probably a touchdown if he just takes this vertically. So, and this was the game before Salah said, "Hey, he's bouncing a little bit too much." That's the play. Hall wiggle. Okay, go to Cleveland. Or sorry, go to Cincinnati here. Backfield. Quick swing pass, trying to pick up an easy first down. These guys clear out, take everything vertical, swing, and you're just seeing some yak, right? Or some running ability. Catch the ball. Okay, obviously the defender is taking an outside an angle. Jump cut inside. Gets contacted, so he's already kind of spinning to the inside. Defender's also working to the over top, so it makes sense for him to spin to the inside. It's also a really good job by Hall, just in terms of one, being able to gear down like that. The jump cut's cool. Now his body's obviously his hips getting spun to his hips getting, or his outside hips getting spun to the inside, so it makes sense for him to spin to the inside. But 22 working over the top. The secondary thing that's really good about this is Breece throws like that chicken wing. And it just works as a shock absorber. If you're going to hold that out, now your forearm and your bicep is going to absorb the shock, so it's not going to, as if your arm was tight. Now the shock is getting absorbed, but it's transferring directly into your body, so it's going to make you more off balance. Where when you put the arm out like this, yeah, obviously it still may knock you down, but it's absorbing the shock, so you have a better chance of maintaining your balance. That's what he does there. Spins off of it, squares a guy up, just hesitation. Gets tackled, but it's fine. But some good wiggle there, right? Nice little swing, or it's a swing. So Flacco just going to look. Are these guys gaining depth? Okay, they are. Trust Breece to get 2 yards, and then the wiggle takes over after that. Crack toss, crack pullers. Really good job by the blockers here. It's hell of a job by AVT. It's a good job by McGovern. And really, it's Hall just following his blocks. The two crack blocks do a good job. That blocking is perfect. That hole is pretty wide for him. So hell of a job by the Jets offensive line and receivers there. And then again, as he comes into that contact with 8, which is Holland, stiff arm that almost works more like that chicken wing shock absorber. It comes out, but it doesn't really land, but it absorbs that shock, allowing him to maintain his balance. See, it takes the brunt of that contact, and the near leg, pull himself through. Extra large step, so he can bounce off a contact. That's exactly what he does, and gets to the sideline. Wow, what is the flag there? Oh, is that a legal block in the back from Conklin? Come on, Conklin. This is a stupid play. But still a good run by Hall. Gun set. Let's see. Okay, now we have one back power here. This is when Hall really started to take off, was like the Dolphins game. So we have one back power, down blocks. Tomlinson kicks out. Good job of Tomlinson taking on the right shoulder. Now it's a one-on-one. One-on-one in the open field with the safety. Gives him a little bit of a rocker. Just a 1-2. 2 hands on the ball in contact. That's good. Contact balance to work through that. Accelerate forward for a couple more yards. Fight for extra yardage. But it's a good run. It's a good job reading again. It's pretty open, but we like to shake in the open field. 15 yards. Okay. Hall missed lane. All right. Packers game, but missed lane. Okay. So now we have a duo. Yeah, so we have a duo. It doesn't always have to be, a bunch. It doesn't have to always be 2 double team blocks. If they're not, if they're in a bear front and you can't necessarily double based on an alignment, then it's not duo because you don't get 2 double teams. But it almost looks like one back or it looks like power without the actual pullers, and taking off the backside of the offensive line. Takes off the backside of the offensive line, reading this defender, who at this point has outside leverage. So you can either cut it inside, which he's not going to do, or you bounce a little bit more to the outside. And in conjunction with that, okay, you don't want to cut it right into this guy, obviously. And you have another defender who's inside leverage with a lot of room out here, with a lot of room. And Breece just runs into the defender. This is probably the worst play of the season. You have the Browns play, but this one's pretty bad too. Gotta have the vision for the bounce. And he runs it directly into a guy who, it's not like he uncovers late. He's there the entire time. Runs directly into him. Lowers his shoulder. Gets tackled. If he were to bounce this to the outside, no telling what he could have done. Block here. None of these guys are catching him. It's being like one-on-one with whoever that is, with Amos. And this defender outside. But still, it's obviously a bigger gain, right? So it's quite a miss from there in terms of Breece. Which actually, let me just live, because I have 5 plays left. I just want to see if I wrote down anything for Breece in terms of strengths and weaknesses, at least updated. No, I didn't do anything. I could always read the ones from I had from in college, but it doesn't really matter so much. 5 plays left. Hall footwork. Okay. Here's single back again. Okay, so we have another. We're gonna call it right. We're gonna call it a 19 Zaro for the right, for at least right now. I'll correct myself on a different trim if I ever look up my notes, but 18-19 Zaro. Toss. Okay, reading that edge. Edge gets deep into the backfield, expands. Okay, can't cut off, or not going to cut off of that. Cuts to the inside, drops his weight though. Drops his weight, small feet. Why small feet? And small feet, I'm just talking about smaller strides, because as he cuts inside, there's not necessarily anything that's open as he goes to cut inside. So he drops his weight and allows something allows the play to develop, right? Like at this point, he's not sure if he's going to keep expanding here, and this gap's going to be cut off. So then his eyes turn vertical. He's reading this block. He has outside leverage defend or blocker, but again, not sure if that gap is going to close. So he presses up the field a little bit. Defender thinks, oh shit, he's going to cut right into me. Hall uses a hop step. 1 left, 2 left. The hell is it? Really good footwork. get vertical, read that. Okay, the outside's opening up. Now he doesn't want to fully stride right into left. Why? Because then he's going to take it right into that. So he's going to hop up off the left. One, widen, instep, explode laterally. Get outside. Defender working over the top, cut inside of him. Again, watch one hand on the ball in traffic. Another defender working over the top, tries to spin him, gets contacted, dragged down by 3 defenders. But it's hell of a run. It's hell of a, I really, really like that footwork right there, dropping the weight, that hop step right there. It's you have a lot of guys here who will just run into the back of their blockers, will run into 65, they'll trip up in traffic. Like to me, I'm sorry, but Izzy's not doing this stuff. And wow, really breaking news there, Blewett. Breece Hall is going to be rookie of the year or offensive rookie of the year is better than Izzy. Oh, okay, thanks. Get it. Hall tough 3 yards. Okay.